Alrighty folks, today we're gonna be revamping a old project. We're gonna be talking about some of the stuff that I wanted to get out of these projects but never could, how I got it to work and stuff like that, in case you don't feel like going back about 2 years to look at my old footage. So let me get started. And this is not what I'm talking about, but I felt like I should revive an old project because I had so much success with this one as well as this one. So had really good success with these, so I feel like maybe I should bring one back. So it's not going to be this one either. It's going to be my original project, which I started off, which was my Black Beauty project. This right here. And don't worry, these are dummy rounds. They can't hurt nothing but a dummy. Okay. So this is originally what the project more or less looked like. What it was slated to look like, actually, what it was supposed to look like, but never did, never came to full fruition for several reasons, honestly. And we're gonna be talking about why in this video. First of all, the heart and the soul. If you go back and look at my video, what's the heart and the soul of every gun? It is the frame. And number 2 is the barrel. Number 3 is the slide. And if you can get all of these to coexist with each other, you'll be in perfect harmony. But if not, then you will have a non-functional firearm. So let me show you what I was trying to accomplish with this. Was basically like something like that. I saw Tactical Toolbox's original video where he had the eBay build, the eBay project, and I liked how that looked. I liked how, you know, his legitness on like the toolless guide rod. I really just did the whole project so that I could have a toolless guide rod, to be honest, but it didn't end up working out that way. So what I ended up trying to do, and I didn't pay close attention in his videos, but he had he didn't have these are ramped barrels, or non-ramped barrels that go with a ramped frame, and these did not end up working because you have to get the geometry just right. And without me knowing a whole bunch about these type of firearms, I was unable to get it functioning properly. I got, like, I'll throw in some footage here. I was able to get like 2 rounds to fire like back to back, and that was the closest that I could get. But after that, it was really pretty slow for me. But yeah, this is another reason why you need the toolless, just because you always need a tool to take down the stupid guide rod, which is what I'm trying to do now because I cannot find my original paper clip. So give me a second while I bend this off. But anyways, yeah, I just wanted that, and I was like, man, you could do that for less than $1,000. A, I was wrong about that thought, and B, I spent way more because I was in the process of learning what parts go together. I bought a whole bunch of parts that I didn't need and or didn't know that I didn't need. For instance, I bought a whole pack of barrel links, 1 through like 7, just in case. And I'm like, maybe I'll have that one case where no, the number 3 worked fine for me. So, you know, that was a pretty big waste of money. I bought like 3 different types of guide rods that I never ended up using, as well as I bought 3 different types of barrels. I'm thinking that the barrel quality is just basically what's going to determine whether it functions or not, and I was wrong. It was really just the frame itself, really. This was from Black Mountain Outdoors. Everybody that I've seen that's been rating them, I've only seen like 2 out of like the hundreds of reviews that I've seen about them. This took me 9 months to get, and that's because of the COVID stuff, so I can't really blame him or her, whoever runs it. I can't really blame them on that. But I can say this, once I got it, it did not fit this properly. Like every time I got it and I put my cocked my hammer, it would be this big gap, like kind of like that in the actual, like, and I didn't really like that. Like, you can see when it's perfectly fit and stuff, and you can see my hammer is cocked, there is no gap in that thing. And it was to the point where it was forcing, and so I'm like, maybe it's not fit right. So I started filing down this and filing down that and filing down that. Then I start filing down the frame, and it got to the point where I'm like, this frame is just out of spec. And how do I know this? Because this slide is out of spec as well, and it almost fit the slide perfectly. So I'm like, man, I got 2 out of spec parts that almost fit. I'm like, they're meant to, I'm trying to get this stupid, there we go. I'm trying to get this thing out. But I had 2 parts that was perfectly out of spec, and I'll show you what I mean by that in a little bit. So you can see this slide, I'm gonna just put them side by side, and you can see that the Rock Island Armory one is a lot longer. And that matters because if I was to put this on this frame, which I did, it was my first working prototype, and you can see like that frame is stuck out longer than the frame, which I didn't really have a problem with at first, but I wanted it to be flush. That was my goal, was to get it all, you know, one size, you know, universal looking frame. And even this frame, I knew I was gonna cut it because I actually ordered a government frame, and I cut it myself, and I cut it to this slide though, and you can see that yeah, this frame and slide is way longer than the standard. So, you know, my goal originally was, you know, the grip wouldn't fit, so that was out of there. The frame was trash, so that was garbage. And then this slide, I wanted front serrations, it didn't come with it, so I made my own, and I just basically messed up the slide, but didn't want it anyway because it's out of spec. So I'm thinking, this is what I was thinking, I'm gonna just start all over on this project, because I did get it to work. I did get it functioning and firing, but not with this grip. I got it working with the new grip, and it still had that gap when I was shooting. So I put a rubber band around it so that I didn't, and I was getting like gas and stuff on my hand from the blowback from the, I'm like, yeah, this is too much, man. I'm just ready to retire this project. So I retired it, and that was Tink version 1. So what I'm gonna do to fix these problems, because I know this grip still will work, even though I shaved it down and I even tried to super glue it to make it fit to where it didn't come up, and it still, you know, still came up with that gap. What I noticed when I have a truly 2-spec frame, now watch this, I'm gonna just show you guys this. Now watch this, this is gonna be amazing. Now you see this does not fit, it's got wobble, ever so little wobble, and you can see it just drops free, right? Drops free off of there, right? And this is with me modifying the grip too. Watch this. Nothing. No wobble. I'd have to really shake it to get it off of there. And even with me shaking it, it's still only a little bit of, you know what I mean? So I'm thinking, I was like, where can I cut my losses? So to get it working, I actually had to scrap these 3 barrels. This one is the only one that I could probably resell, but I'm probably gonna end up buying another Jarvis barrel, which is gonna be another $300 because they make really good barrels, but I myself messed this one up. But I could tell that they have really good quality on theirs, but I'll get to that in a little bit. I had to scrap these 2, can't do nothing with them. They're basically useless at this point. Because I actually contacted a couple gunsmiths, like, maybe I can re-weld a new ramp on it and make it a ramp barrel, and no, you basically don't want to mess with the dimensions of where the explosion is happening, so that's a no bueno. So I was like, what are my goals of this project if I do revamp it, right? Because I still haven't even finished my government thing, and I'll get to that in a little bit too, but I want it to be spec. So with the government, you know, just playing with this, I was like, well, if I buy a frame from the same company, 1911 Builders, then I know that I'll get a in spec frame, right? So we can toss the frame out there. I know if I buy one from Extreme Shooters, new grip, but I was like, I really don't want to pay $300 for a new grip. This one's still good. So what I'm gonna end up doing is I'm going to end up stippling this myself, learning how to stipple, maybe even start me like a little stipple company on the side. Who knows? But I'm gonna stipple this because I do like this stipple texture, and I was looking at it really up close, and I was seeing like it's like little triangles in there. So I'm gonna get me a stipple kit. I'm gonna learn how to do the stipple job myself because I love doing stuff myself. That was the whole point of me learning how to do this stuff, because my first, just a little backstory sidetrack, my first firearm was actually a Taurus PT-111. And I didn't know dick about how to take it down, how to clean it, how to nothing. It actually rusted shut because I was carrying it so much, and I used to get rained on at the bus stop. So I told myself my next gun that I make and or buy, I will learn how to fully use it, assemble it, and clean it. So I became one step further, and I learned how to fit the parts and learn the mechanism of how it works and everything just like that. So my goal for this is really to, because I have a whole bunch of these mags and a whole bunch of Atlas mags that I'm gonna get, where this is a 16 rounder. The Atlas ones are like 18, and they're the same size and form factor, but they have a different follower and stuff, which is pretty sweet. But these, you have to get the custom bobtail and stuff, so because they're not the same size as these grips right here. These are the full size grips, and this is the I believe the DVC grip. It basically just, this where the mag well is, it just cuts that down and puts the pin a little higher for the mainspring. So I was like, you know, this would be really good for concealed carry, but I don't like this texture. This texture, when it gets wet, it's not as grippy as with this, because the water just basically stays on the surface, whereas this, it can go down, and I don't really know how to explain it for it, but this doesn't feel good wet. It feels good dry, but even still, it's like easy to move around in your hand, whereas this thing ain't going nowhere. This thing it's really hard to explain, but you can get a better grip with this. At least my hands can get better grip with this grip texture. So I'm gonna end up putting borders around this and everything, like bordering it and stippling it, and it's gonna be a really nice project to do myself because I love doing stuff myself. But I wanted to, my original point for the project was to make a really nice compact CCW with a red dot, and this has been taking its place for the moment. But you know, I want an ACSS dot for concealed carry. That's the whole reason that I bought this and put it on here, because you know that ACSS, let me see if I can get you to see that real quick. There you go. Yeah, because that circle, when you get like, when it's punched out, you can't see it, and then you just got that. Yeah, it's gonna be really nice. I got some really nice plans for this revisitation project, revamp project, whatever. But these flush mags, I'm gonna tune them up, get some nice smooth base plates. I might even do that myself as well. But it's gonna be like 18 or 19 plus 1 mags that are flush fit. I'm gonna get a mag spring or mainspring extension so that it fits flush with the thing. I think QVO Tactical has some that I'm gonna get as soon as they come back in stock, or I might make my own, who knows. But yeah, I want that little space to be covered and stuff. Feel free, you know, just so I can get the full grip, even though I get a decent grip without it, you know, but I want to get the full grip, you know. And I'm gonna be getting a new frame and a new slide, which is basically retiring these. I'm gonna still, you know, I'm not gonna throw these away or nothing like that. I'm still gonna keep them for a rainy day, whatever, because you know the government be tripping sometimes. They be one day it's legal, the next it isn't. So you know, hopefully that goes out the water, but you know, you can never take that chance too many times. So I'm gonna just stay with what's safe. Getting another barrel too, which is a good segue to my next point. So I've been playing with the idea of how I wanted to introduce you guys to this for a while, but basically I am going to be combining these. I can't say how or why yet until it's done, so just stay tuned for that. But I'm missing basically just those two components, the slide and the frame, and once I get those, everything else will be nearly complete. I already know what I'm gonna be using. One of these type of I might just do the, no, actually I don't think I can actually do the toolless because they don't have a toolless for this length. This is an officer length barrel, and yeah, I don't know if I remember I told you how I fixed this. If you look back at my videos a while ago, basically how I fixed this frame from accepting these non-ramped barrels, because that wasn't working. Basically the geometry of the 9mm doesn't really work like out of the magazine. You have to get like the perfect angle to tip into there, and it just wasn't. I don't know how I got it, but yeah, 9mm, just go with the ramp frames. Just make your life easier, and that's what I did. And right off the box it ran like I didn't even have to do no modifications or nothing. I just threw the different barrel in there. I cut my ramp, I did a plunge cut down, and then I cut down the side of there and made it into a ramp barrel, and it works fine. It feeds right in there. Like you can't really beat that, to be honest. Just the geometry of it, it's basically designed for that, for the 9mm. It's very smooth no matter what barrel I'm using, as long as I'm not using these. But that's why I said I think I'm gonna end up getting another one. And this, oh man, it's black. I think this is like black melanite or something. Oh man, it's just ridiculous. Let me show you guys the threads of this. Like you can just see, like this is perfect machining right here. And then you can see the inside of that. It's just buttery smooth. Like I'm so upset that I didn't ever get to shoot this, but this is a redemption project for sure. Knowing what I know now, and now that I've got it working and stuff, and did a lot more research than when I started, because I think when I first started, all I had was Tactical Toolbox's videos, and I just watched them over and over again, and I would look up certain stuff that he would say and stuff like that, and I didn't know nothing about nothing, and then now I know something about something. So stay tuned for this, man. It's about to be a list series for sure. But I think I'm gonna have to buy a custom recoil thing, or I might just use this, to be honest, because I'm gonna have that right there. So I might just use this. I've never used it, and I have a lot more springs, so I can actually tune it now. Yeah. So the biggest thing is gonna be the lead times, which I'm gonna go back to Green Tick Tactical, the people that cut this, because the dot that I'm gonna get, I believe I'm gonna get it might end up being similar to this, or I might get I have a Glock sight that I'm not using. I might get it cut in front of the optic so that it's like that, because honestly that's my favorite part about this. It really is the sights are there, but you never see them. They're out of the way. But when you do need them, like when you turn this off, you can 100% see them. So, you know, that's a thing. So that's really what I want, to be honest. Something similar to that, where they're out of the way, but they're when I need them, type of thing. But I have all of the components. All I'm really missing, I can name them off the top of my head. A trigger bow. I need a trigger bow. I'm gonna get the stipple gun. I need to slide the frame, and then I'm getting a different safety. I'm getting a different safety set, actually. I'm getting a shielded safety, and then I believe that's really it, because I have all the springs, I have all the pins that I need. Have the extractor, got the firing pin spring, firing pin back. I got 2 firing pins actually. I think I might need the main spring. I got the pins for that. And then what else do I need? I think that's it that I need. Yeah, I need like 2 or 3 small little pieces, and then I'm taking this thing to the machine shop, and I'm gonna get it fitted and acquitted. Yeah, you know what I mean? But yeah, I really cannot wait. And I think I'm gonna get it engraved, kind of like how I got this one engraved. I'm not gonna show you the engraving, just show you a couple numbers, because yeah, this is my serial number. I'm gonna get it engraved, probably Tink 2, because I don't know why I came up with that, but I sticks with what I sticks with, and I sticks with it. I don't know. I'm debating on whether for the guide rod situation, whether I just want to cut this down to length and then just push the hole back, because I can do that 100%, and then just have it, you know, have the plug just like boom, so that I just bang, and then to just take it down, all I have to do is just boom and then cut it to the hole. It'll be on the hole right there. But let me know what you guys think. I'm still debating on a couple concepts, but everything will come into fruition once I get the slide in the frame, because I believe I'm gonna get them both from the same place. And then once I do, gonna get the optic, and then I'm gonna send it off to get optic cut and fit, and then the test fire. And that's gonna be my favorite part of this whole video. Side note, my favorite part of these projects is actually cleaning it after I go to the range. Let me know if you guys enjoy it like I do. I really do enjoy cleaning it, because I'll be like, man, it really worked, and it really, you know, it's more satisfying when I build it. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Like, I'm gonna subscribe, all of that. Let me know what I should title this series. I'm gonna title it like revamping an old project, or revitalizing a new project, or old project, something like that. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that stuff. Share this if you think somebody might be interested to it. And also, I'm thinking about starting a Facebook group. Let me know if you guys would join that. And yeah, peace.